In the words of Usher from his Confessions album, "These are my confessions." As we delve into the world of R&B music, we'll find out why Confessions stands tall among its peers. Rhythm and blues, or R&B as it's fondly known, is a genre that's as rich and varied as a tapestry woven with threads of soul, gospel, funk, and jazz. It started in the early 20th century primarily among the African American communities in the United States, and it has evolved and morphed into a sound that has conquered the world. From the sultry crooning of Sam Cooke in the 50s to the soulful harmonies of the Supremes in the 60s, R&B has been a constant companion to many a love story and heartbreak. It was in the 90s, though, that R&B truly hit its stride. The 90s saw a new wave of artists who blended traditional R&B with elements of pop, hip-hop, and funk, creating a sound that was fresh, exciting, and utterly irresistible. Names like Mary J. Blige, Boyz II Men, and TLC became synonymous with this new breed of R&B. Among the slew of albums that hit the airwaves, a few stood out for their innovation, their lyrical depth, and their sheer musical brilliance. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill, My Life by Mary J. Blige, and Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC are just a few that come to mind. They broke records, won awards, and redefined the musical landscape. But in the year 2004, an album was released that would not only join the ranks of these iconic albums, but would also carve out a niche of its own. A certain gentleman by the name of Usher Raymond released Confessions, an album that was as raw and honest as it was melodically mesmerizing. But as we will see, not all albums are created equal. Some rise above the rest, just like Usher's Confessions. To appreciate the full beauty of Confessions, let's take a moment to compare it with other popular R&B albums. Now, there are some classic albums that have graced the R&B scene, but none have quite matched the caliber of Confessions. Let's consider sales, for instance. In the first week of its release, Confessions sold over a staggering 1 million copies, a feat that few albums in the genre have ever achieved. It continued to dominate the charts, selling over 10 million copies in the United States alone. Now that's not just impressive, it's phenomenal. But the success of Confessions isn't just about numbers, it's also about the critical acclaim it garnered. Reviewers across the board praised the maturity of Usher's sound, the depth of his lyrics, and the versatility of his style. The album picked up 3 Grammy Awards, including Best Contemporary R&B Album, firmly establishing Usher as a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. Now let's talk about cultural impact. Confessions didn't just top charts, it became a cultural touchstone. Songs like Yeah and Burn became anthems, their lyrics resonating with listeners around the globe. The album's themes of love, heartbreak, and redemption were universal, transcending boundaries and connecting with people from different walks of life. Comparing Confessions with other popular R&B albums, there's a clear distinction. Not only did it outperform them in terms of sales and critical reception, it also had a deeper and more lasting cultural impact. It wasn't just an album that people listened to, it was an album that people lived through. So when we talk about Confessions, we're not just talking about an album. We're talking about a piece of music history, a testament to Usher's talent, and a marker of a time when R&B reached new heights. As the numbers show, Confessions isn't just an album, it's a phenomenon. So what makes Confessions the superior album? Let's dissect it. First and foremost, Confessions is a lyrical masterpiece. Usher doesn't just sing, he tells a story. Each song on the album is a chapter, revealing an intimate narrative of love, betrayal, heartbreak, and redemption. The lyrics are raw, real, and relatable. They're not just words set to music, they're confessions from the soul, giving the album an emotional depth that's hard to find in today's R&B landscape. Secondly, the production quality of Confessions is top tier. It's a sonic delight, a perfect blend of smooth R&B grooves, catchy pop hooks, and hip-hop beats. The production team, led by the legendary Jermaine Dupri, crafted a sound that's polished yet authentic, mainstream yet unique. Each track is meticulously produced, with just the right amount of musical elements to enhance Usher's vocals without overpowering them. Speaking of vocals, let's talk about Usher's performance on this album. His voice is like silk, smooth and sensual yet powerful and emotional. He doesn't just sing the lyrics, he lives them. His vocal delivery is so emotive, so passionate, that you can't help but feel every word he sings. Whether it's the heart-wrenching honesty of Confessions Part 2 or the sultry seduction of Yeah, Usher's vocal performance is a standout. But what truly sets Confessions apart is the way these elements, the lyrics, the production, the vocals, come together to create a cohesive, compelling musical experience. Each track contributes to the overall narrative. Each note adds to the emotional depth. Each beat enhances the sonic landscape. It's not just an album, it's a journey, a confession, a masterpiece. Confessions isn't just about catchy tunes, it's about storytelling, emotion, and musical craftsmanship. The ripple effect of Confessions can still be felt today, almost 2 decades after its release. The album didn't just top charts and break records, it reshaped the landscape of R&B and the music industry as a whole. With its raw emotional honesty, intricate production and unmatched vocals, it set a new standard for what an R&B album could be. Consider the way Confessions influenced a whole generation of artists. Many of today's R&B stars have cited Usher and more specifically Confessions as a major source of inspiration. From its soulful ballads to its dance floor anthems, the album offered a blueprint for merging different musical styles within the framework of R&B. It demonstrated that an R&B album could be more than just a collection of love songs. It could tell a coherent, compelling story, filled with authenticity and vulnerability. Moreover, the album's production value set a new benchmark. With its polished sound, masterful arrangements, and innovative use of technology, Confessions blurred the lines between mainstream pop and R&B. It showed that an R&B album could have the slick production values of a pop record without sacrificing its soulful roots. Perhaps most importantly, Confessions brought R&B back into the mainstream spotlight. Prior to its release, the genre was struggling to maintain its relevance amidst the rise of other musical styles, but Confessions proved that R&B was not only alive and well, but also capable of reaching new heights of commercial success and critical acclaim. The album's lasting impact is a testament to its timeless quality. Nearly 20 years on, Confessions continues to resonate with listeners, serving as a touchstone for the genre and a benchmark for artists striving to make their own mark in the world of R&B. Just like Usher confessed his deepest emotions in this album, it's time we confess ours. Confessions is indeed the best R&B album ever made. After all the dissection and analysis, the verdict is clear. We've traversed the vast landscape of R&B, compared Confessions against its worthy contemporaries, delved into its unique attributes, and explored its far-reaching impact. Now, it's time to bring it all together. Firstly, the R&B landscape. It's as diverse as it is deep, filled with a plethora of artists, each leaving their own unique imprint. Yet, amidst this sea of talent, Confessions emerged, a beacon of soulful expression, setting a new benchmark for the genre. Next, we placed Confessions on the scales of comparison. We discovered that, like a diamond under pressure, it shone brighter than its counterparts. Its deep-rooted honesty, its raw emotion, its melodic prowess, all combined to tip the scales in its favor. Then, we dived into the uniqueness of Confessions. It's not just an album, it's a narrative, a tapestry woven with threads of Usher's own experiences. It's a brave confession, a heartfelt apology, a plea for forgiveness. It's a masterclass in storytelling, delivered through the medium of music. Moreover, we discussed the impact of Confessions. This album didn't just make waves, it created a tsunami in the music industry, setting sales records, garnering awards, inspiring future artists, and leaving an indelible mark on R&B. So after this musical journey, where do we stand? Well, in the grand scheme of R&B, Confessions is like a well-crafted thriller novel. It keeps you on edge, it surprises you, it makes you feel, and most importantly, it stays with you, long after the last note has faded. In conclusion, Confessions is not just an album, it's a masterpiece. It's a testament to Usher's artistry, a monument in the realm of R&B. It's like the Mona Lisa of music, it's the War and Peace of albums, well, you get the idea. And there you have it, folks. In the court of R&B, Confessions stands unchallenged. Case closed.